I called it. What's up, everyone? So I'm bringing you a Mirror's Edge update. I told you guys that I'd be doing this because I'm so excited to finally get the game in my hands and start playing it. So we got news today. It happened earlier, but I had a bunch of stuff going on today. It was one of my good friends, his girlfriend's birthday, and it was also my dad's birthday today. So it was like running everywhere, and I just didn't have time to record this video until now. Still bringing you guys the news, giving you guys my thoughts. It was announced, it was pretty much leaked really. EA put out their fiscal year 2016, calendar to basically see what games they plan on releasing in the upcoming, forefront. Now you have to remember that this is a fiscal year 2016, it isn't the year 2016. So EA's fiscal year ends, I believe, in April or something like that. If I look up EA's fiscal year calendar, EA, it's different from from what a general calendar is. So their fiscal year 2016 actually starts, I believe, I think it started in April, or there may be this month, if I'm not mistaken. Here, let me take a look here. But yeah, it doesn't say anything for Q1. So the next, in Q2 for their fiscal year, they're going to be releasing the FIFA franchise, and all this, the other sports games that they have coming out, all the EA sports games. But at the very end here of Q4 fiscal year 2016, which is from January to March, it's the first quarter of 2016 is the end of their fiscal year for 2016. We have two really interesting games. We have an unknown Plants vs. Zombie games, and we finally have Mirror's Edge. Alright, so this is pretty much confirming that they plan to release Mirror's Edge within the first quarter of 2016. That is from January to March. So we have no idea, what the release date is so far, but we at least have a release date window, which is pretty much the most exciting thing, exciting news that we really had. I called this way back when the game got announced. If you actually watched my previous video, I was like, yeah, Mirror's Edge is going to come out in 2016. I bet you guys anything. Everyone was saying there, they're like, I don't know, maybe 2015, and people were a little bit impatient. But what you have to realize is that this is a smaller team. This isn't the full company DICE. DICE isn't as a huge, they're all working on Star Wars Battlefront, and they just have a little small team that's working on Mirror's Edge, that's focused on Mirror's Edge. So it's not getting the full team, big, hundreds of people working on this game. It's more of a smaller, condensed team working on this reboot for the franchise, which I actually personally prefer. And the reason is because when you do have big AAA games in development, often things can get kind of lost quality-wise. Sure, you have a lot more people working on the game, you can get it pushed out, quicker. But it does tend to happen that bigger teams don't produce the better quality content. There's a lot of, if anything's proven, look at the indie games that have come out. We've seen a lot of great, indie games. Outlast. There was. If I can think of it. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter was also a good one. We have all these cool indie games that have come out, especially nowadays, that are all just being worked on just a few, less than 50 people, sometimes 20, sometimes only just 5 or 6. And the quality level of them is actually really well done. So not always bigger teams don't actually equal better quality products, which is, it's something that I'm actually pretty happy for, that Mirror's Edge has got this smaller team, traditional, very focused, amount of people that are working on this franchise for its release coming up in the first quarter of 2016, which is going to be fantastic. So, I personally really like the release. I called it. I knew it was going to come out in 2016. I didn't know it was going to be the first quarter. I was kind of skeptical about that. But now this is pretty much confirmation, since this is coming directly from EA themselves. They released this for investors and stuff to lay out their roadmap for the upcoming, projects that they have releasing. So, yeah, it's gonna be pretty exciting. This means that you guys all know that I planned on building a new computer for this game, and leading up to this game release, that was the main reason, is I wanted to build this new computer. I wanted to go 4K, for the very first time, and I plan on doing that pretty much at the end of this year. I'm thinking December is a really, really good release. Maybe January. There are some things that we're still going to wait on. The brand new GTX 980 Ti is something I'm keeping my eye on. So far, my graphics card of choice is the Titan X because I am going 4K. So keep that in mind. So I may, depending on what the GTX 980 Ti is priced at and the power of it, if it's the same sort of power of the Titan X, but it has less VRAM, I might just SLI the 980 Ti. And that way, because DirectX 12 actually stacks VRAM, it should give me the same kind of performance, if not more performance, since we can finally use, both cards completely. We can finally use both the VRAM that's within those cards, and we can finally use integrated graphics memory within processors, since DirectX 12 really just pulls in all this efficiency from different hardware that you have. So I'm looking forward to it. You guys know that I can't wait, so I'm not going to go over here and waste your time any longer with why I'm excited. You guys already know what the reasons are. I will update you guys later when I hear more information. Probably not until E3. We're not going to hear any more information, and I still don't know whether I'm going to E3 yet, but I will let you know, and we'll go on from there, right, guys? So thank you all for watching, and I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you all later when we get more of an update on Mirror's Edge. Looking forward to it. So have a good one, guys. Let me know what you guys think about the first quarter of 2016 release. It's a good time. They released it in March. That's a good time. Not a lot of games are coming out within the first quarter of 2016. Generally, we don't have the big budget games. We know we have Uncharted in the spring. But it would really be awesome if this game releases in a good time for it to shine, really. Where not a lot of games are really releasing, and it's not a lot of, crowding and stuff. Because if it gets crowded, then it's going to get lost. So probably the first quarter, of 2016 is probably the best choice, because if it released in the holiday season, it would just get lost in all the big, budget blockbuster titles. So hopefully this game will have time to shine on its own, and there won't be a lot of games kind of crowding its release. Whatever the case is, I'm going to be there day one to purchase it and play it for you guys, and lots of content coming. So, alright, I'm going to go now. Have a good one, and I'll talk to you all later.